Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you have found the time to listen. Thank you very much. I absolutely adored recording with the Pink Champagne Dragon Boat ladies, Chris, Irene, and Amanda. They were absolutely fantastic, and I hope you love listening to them as much as I loved sitting down with them and having tea and a bit of pizza. It was absolutely fab. As always, please follow the podcast or leave a comment or pass it on to a friend who might need the episode. So without further ado, welcome to your weekly reminder that only dead fish go with the flow. This week I have travelled down to Christchurch to Matt's origin, I suppose, and I am sat down with three members of the Pink Champagne Dragon Boat team. We have Amanda, Irene, and Chris. So welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
We've only got two microphones, but there is four of us, so be prepared to hear lots of different voices today. We're starting with Amanda, who is going to sort of talk us through the origin and a bit of backstory about the Pink Champagne Dragon Boat team, which is a fantastic name.
Hi. Yeah, so breast cancer paddling is actually quite a big thing around the world. It's been going for some 30 years now. In fact, we've just had celebrations for that last summer in Canada. It was started by Dr. Ian Mackenzie, a Canadian, who was looking at ways to help women who'd had breast cancer surgery but who had lymphedema problems, how they could deal with the lymphedema side of things. And so he found that exercising through the paddling really considerably reduced the problems with lymphedema in post-surgery arms and that area. And so it started just with one team in Vancouver, wasn't it? Yeah. Called, are they Abreast in the Boat, I think? Yeah. And it's grown throughout the world since then. There are probably in excess of 400 teams now in all countries. Some countries have more than others. And our particular team, Pink Champagne, has been going since...
Fabulous name, by the way.
Yeah. I think that was chosen for the pink obviously for breast cancer, the colour, and also champagne as a celebrating of life, celebratory type thing, combined really. But it's a name that people do remember, don't they, I think?
Definitely. And you've also got slightly pink hair today as well.
Slightly pink, fading out, yeah.
Is that something you top up or?
Oh, have to top it up, yes. Yeah, yeah, especially if we're going to a competition or a race or something. And so I think we started in about 2008, something like that, in a smallish way, and possibly at Poole Park Lake, maybe. And then moved over to Christchurch. And really it's sort of grown and grown over the years since then. And we've been able to buy, boats. We've got 4 boats now, 2 20-man boats and 2 10-man boats, and probably about 45 members, I think. Some sort of long established people and new people coming on board all the time, really. But we train at Christchurch on the River Stour, normally at the Hengistbury Head Outdoor Centre, which
Yes.
is currently unfortunately closed for renovations. We're looking forward to trying to get back there in the spring. And we're very, very lucky to be able to be there and paddle where we do on the beautiful River Stour and Christchurch Harbour all year round. We paddle on a Saturday morning, and in the summer, Monday evenings. We've had some lovely summer evenings out on the water.
Beautiful. Beautiful. There's something very magical about being on the water, being a water person myself, and it is really special. And you do get to see moments that not everybody gets to see, so it's special to be all together as well.
It's certainly that. We certainly have some horrible times on the water as well. When it's raining and it's freezing and our hands are cold, getting ice out of the boat, that's not that often, is it? But occasionally. Or it's windy, or a boat's gone past us too fast and soaked us all, whatever. But for all of those, we have some brilliant times
Some brilliant
out
times.
out on the water.
And I thought, well, I don't know if you each have a specific role within the group, but you're head of tech, I hear.
Oh no, I'm not. No, I'm not head of tech. No,
Head of social media.
I know. I run our sort of publicity. You know, if like maybe press articles or our Facebook and Instagram pages and the website, and just looking for opportunities always to like promote ourselves. Really,
Mm.
not last year, but the year before. You know, we got together and some of us, and for Breast Cancer Awareness Month in October, we got a lot of the buildings in Dorset lit up in pink,
Oh,
you know,
fab.
things like that. And we were there promoting ourselves as well. Just stuff
Fantastic.
like that, really. So
Lovely.
that's my role.
Chris, have you got a role, or would you like to take the wooden spoon?
Thank you. I don't have a specific role, no. I did for many years. I was a trustee and did a lot of the fundraising for Pink Champagne. And we've got more successful at that now, and we have funding from different sections. But I think the main, if anyone's listening to this and they're alone and at home and they've gone through the journey of breast cancer, and it's not an easy one, they should, and they want to reach out, and they're feeling there's no light at the end of their tunnel. I just need them to know that there is. And there's an amazing group of ladies waiting to support them in every which way.
Yeah.
I think that's like all of our roles really within the team, isn't it? I think just to be doing that, isn't it? We don't necessarily all have a role, but we all have that role, don't we?
Yes, and I think we've all come so far and made amazing friendships, lifelong friendships, support, and come from all different facets of life. It's a mixed up. It doesn't, breast cancer doesn't select
No.
in any which way. But there is light.
Yeah.
And I always think that through adversity, there is always some positivity to be had.
100%. You find so many people, and we've got to pass the microphone to Irene. And do you have a specific role, or just what was I going to say? Designated speak it how it is.
Absolutely,
member
yes.
of the group.
Well, I am a trustee at the moment, which I'm trying my best at, but I'm not very techie minded, but I will do anything you ask me. But I want to say I first joined Pink Champagne when a friend I used to play tennis with, she'd had breast cancer, and she said, "Oh, Irene, you can come and join Pink Champagne." I said, "I don't want to join that."
We're like, will there be champagne?
No, I certainly don't want to be with a load of women who've got breast cancer and want to commiserate together. And she said, "No, come, come." She went on and on. So I came, and I can't tell you, I got into the boat that morning, and I hate the water. I've never been in a boat in my life, not a good swimmer. And I got in, and it was like electric. It was just wonderful. I felt so uplifted and so good about myself. And I thought, I can do this. And then they said, "Oh, you'll be quite good because you're quite fit and strong. We do competitions. We go all over the world." I thought, right, I'm in.
Sign me up.
Yes, yes. And we had a coach who came down to help us, Tim. He was very helpful, and he, told me how to perform correctly. And I just loved it, and and try to help everybody who comes and do my best to make everybody included and to keep us fit and healthy.
How many people have you since dragged onto the water from?
Well, they have to have breast cancer.
Yeah,
I mean,
of course.
I'm still a
Special
tennis
club.
player, and I play with about 16 people a week, and they would all love to come, particularly when I say, "Oh, we're going to Venice, we're going to Vancouver." Sign me up. I said, "Just get breast cancer and you can come."
Yeah, losers can't join. Well, yeah, it fits into our best and our worst, because that's sort of the next section is, who wants to put their hand up to go best and the worst? I mean, you can each have a best and a worst part, or somebody can take the spoon.
I think you might agree with the worst.
Yeah, of course. I think the worst is the elephant crapping in the corner.
Well, I think we probably all agree that getting in the boat can be challenging when you've got 22 women, and we call it faffing. The word is quite
But
well
this is your
known.
sporting ick. This isn't
This
your
is-
worst.
Well,
Or is this worst as well?
it is a sort of
Or both.
a bit of a both. I guess weather conditions.
Mm.
We don't go out in the wind now. I think you learn all the time. You learn so much, and I think
we don't go if it's dangerous.
we don't go when it's too cold or too. Well, we've done way back. We probably went out when it was too cold and too windy, and we've made those mistakes. We don't make them now.
Miserable.
But the best has to be the camaraderie and the joy and the fun and the laughter. And what more can you say? And I think the main thing is people have maybe a fear that they're going to talk about their illness and get sad. And we still get emotional now. And it is all of those things. But that's the last thing, unless someone needs an arm around the shoulder, of course. We're always there. But that's not what we're about. Not talking illness, are we?
No.
Looking forward. There's the joy.
100%. And sort of competing, traveling. You know, I don't know about what your team boats are like, but definitely there was a well-timed fart in many of the boats that I've been in. So I don't know if that's, you know, something that you could...
There was a what, sorry?
A well-timed fart?
Oh, really?
Not yet.
No.
You haven't, honestly, all the years, had that experience.
You wait, just wait.
Now it will. I will look out for it.
That is infectious. A well-timed fart.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, Amanda, do you have any other best that you want to add to
Well, best, I think, is the opportunities that it's given us. Things that that I've done, we've all done, that I would never, ever have done, you know, in my life. Like, you know, we've been to Florence, competing on the River Arno, parading with all the other breast cancer paddlers from around the world in our pink champagne costumes, you know, going over the bridges there. That was pretty special, wasn't it, really?
40 heat, is it degrees heat?
In 40 degrees heat. Yeah, we had somebody in our team actually made us
Amazing.
champagne outfits, like long pink things, sort of
Bottles,
and
weren't they?
bottles, yeah, and but we had silver headpieces, which in that heat was like attracting the rays of sun. It was like absolutely boiling. Yeah, so that was.
Was it silver, like kind of like I'm picturing almost like a
not
dog
open.
cone?
No. It was enclosed just a bit for your
top.
yeah, the fizz coming out the top. Yeah, and
Brilliant.
Like proper champagne.
yeah, like champagne, but they were pretty hot in that heat.
Oh, I bet.
But yeah, we've done the Vogelonga, haven't we,
Yes.
in Venice, which with about 2,000 other boats, a sort of 30-kilometre route all around Venice and coming down the Grand Canal in a dragon boat and under the bridges and with our sort of friends and supporters on the bridges and all of that. I mean, we'd never have done something like that, would
Yeah.
we?
No,
Um,
incredible.
Just all these things.
Hong Kong.
Hong
Oh,
Kong.
yeah, that is amazing.
That was quite special.
Probably 3-4 years ago, we went dragon boating on snow, didn't we? In the French Alps.
I think that was the most expensive minute of our
That was a
lives.
very expensive minute.
But the best fun.
It was great fun. Yeah, so yeah, all these things that we never would have done, I think. I think those are the best things for me, really. And the laughs that we've had when we've been doing all of that.
Irene's like, give me that spoon.
And of course, Henley.
Yes.
Who would ever have got to row at Henley? You know, couldn't believe it when they said, you know, they're doing a tournament there. I thought, Henley, well, that's where proper
The regatta
Yes,
is.
yeah. So we do that every year, and you know, and it's great fun getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning and travelling in the minibus and
Oh,
having to change when we get there because we're all soaking wet.
Are you all changing in the minibus?
No,
elbows flying everywhere.
Well, I have changed in the car park. We normally go inside, and we're always soaking wet at the end, and we never win because obviously they're all professional. But we get the biggest cheer at the end, and it's just a wonderful feeling that here I am, a breast cancer survivor, and I'm doing this. I am here with you. There's lovely young men and women competing.
Yeah.
So
a lot to look at.
Absolutely.
Eyes in the boat.
Yes.
While you've got the spoon, tell me what it's like, because I've seen, I used to work at Marlow, and they sometimes have an event on the Marlow River Dragon Boat, but I've never seen you
it's
guys.
like a fun day kind of thing.
Kind of like a fun day. But the beating of the drum, you have the drum and the adrenaline and all of you moving together.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about that, if you can.
Well, the drum is set by the first person, the number 1 stroke, and she watches the stroke and then she drums to that. So we all watch the 1 and the 2 in the front of the boat, and all obviously must keep timed precisely.
Well, it's certainly it's teamwork, isn't it? Really, you do all have to work together, and I think you're taking your mind off maybe what else is going. You're just thinking about that. You're focusing on that. As Irene said, you're watching the front 2 strokes. The drum is beating. There's the helm is standing on the back and steering you. It's it can be very exciting if you're in a race, isn't it?
It's the adrenaline, isn't
the
it?
adrenaline. We do different sorts of race distances if we're competing in an event from 200 metres sprints to 500 metres to 2 kilometres. And you mentioned Henley, which is 7.5 kilometres. So,
oh, wow.
Different paces for different events, really. But 200 metres, you've really got to be absolutely on it.
Down and ready,
ready to go with your racing star, and making sure that you are absolutely in time, really, and working as a team. And when we have done that, and we have won races, haven't we?
We've had amazing results.
And you get to the end and you can hardly take a breath, really, or you're feeling sick with the effort. That's pretty special,
And the support is quite emotional.
The support and the cheering that we've had, all of that. Getting medals, being up on podiums and getting medals.
We've won every medal going because sometimes we've been the only breast cancer team there.
Well, that's true.
So it's been a complete.
Yes.
A win's a win.
A win-win.
A win is a win.
Yes, yeah.
Before we move on, just because we've got a lot of people who do listen who are rowers, where is each of your favourite places to sit in the boat? Because that's sort of context that they'll probably understand and relate to. So we've got front, back and middle, I assume. So
where do we like to sit?
Yeah, where would your preference be? Because everyone's got preference.
I think my preference would be towards the front, middle and towards the front, really. Because the boat does narrow at the back, and I'm quite tall, big, and there's not a lot of room for legs and things like that for me. That's my preference. That's where I like to sit.
Yeah, I that.
Yeah. What about you?
I would say that was my preference also.
Front to middle.
Front, that middle is
middle's okay too.
The engine room, do they call it?
That was. You've kind of got your pace setters, your engine room, and then in rowing we sort of call the ones right at the back the technical wizards, because they've got to be.
It's hard at the back because you've got the wash to deal with. I think it's a tough gig back there. Irene, do you want to say?
Yes, I prefer front to middle, although I do feel sorry for the ones who are always at the back, because I think they have to.
They get splashed a lot.
Yes, and then they can see how little we are actually doing at the front. But no, we're not really. We're doing our best.
Everyone always thinks the other ones aren't trying.
Absolutely,
I think that is
yes.
That is a renowned. When I was talking to Beth Ann, the rugby player, the other day, she was saying back row and the front row always think we're not trying, but we are.
Mm.
My next sort of section is, do you have a dragon boat or a sporting ick that we sort of discussed earlier?
Oh, yes, we did mention faffing, because a lot of ladies together can do an awful lot of faffing, trying to speak at the same time and say what we should be doing and doing absolutely nothing. So you just need a big, loud voice like mine and say, get on and do it.
Let's get in the boat
Absolutely.
now.
Yes, yes.
Did anyone else have another, or all just renowned saying yes?
Yeah, I suppose following on from the faffing, it's I think it's getting the boat out at the end. I don't like really. When you're cold and wet and you just want to go for coffee and cake, maybe, and you've still got to do that. And sometimes it goes better than others. Sometimes we're loading it on the trolley and having to put the cover on and all of those things. The packing down of it sometimes when the weather's not great and you just want to be inside somewhere and getting changed and getting warm.
And then, Amanda, you got your crew down.
Oh yeah, the cool down.
Well,
And
I
you
don't
love
like.
that, don't
I
you?
really don't like doing the cool down at all. So I kind of try to do anything that I can to get out of the cool down. Like, maybe I need to go and put the steering arm away or the dragon's head in the container. That might be a good avoidance technique of the cool down.
I really need a wee, and it's going to take me a long time.
Definitely that. I don't mind the warm up so much, but the cool down, I've had enough by then, really.
Brilliant. I think it's so, like, as we were saying earlier when we sat down, it is all about, like, the one connecting thing that has brought us, if you like, all together has been sport. And it's so funny because it resonates so much through all levels. It's like, oh, the cool down is such a pain in the ass. I'd rather do anything but, or, putting the equipment away takes so long. And when it's wet and windy, it's all things that we all sort of secretly hate or think is a bit of an ick. It just goes straight through all of us. My main sort of section of the podcast is, what are we dying on the hill about this week? And I don't know if we've got a clever phrase for it, or other than just the importance of the support network that this group is creating. Or created, because it's, it massively predates the podcast from, we're saying 2008, but
Maybe light at the end of the tunnel. That fit the bill?
Yeah.
Because there is.
Mm.
And it is that support and looking forward.
Mm.
And I think at the beginning, you maybe can't look forward. You don't think there's a forward. You can only see the dark.
Mm.
So it's about seeing the light.
Yeah, I think, going through actual, like, the cancer treatment and chemo and operations and mastectomies and reconstructions and feeling sick and all of those things and being in endless hospital appointments, and you think, what's my life going to be following on from this? And then to be able to do some of the things that we've mentioned, the traveling, just being out from our base on a beautiful summer's evening, all of those things, you think, like, could never imagine that they would ever be possible, really. Taking part in competitive racing in our 60s or whatever was from unheard of for me. I've never been personally a sporty person at all. At school, the last to be picked for the netball or hockey team or whatever, totally uncoordinated.
Always stuck in goalkeeper for tall.
Yeah, all of that. But, all those things, not sporty really. But to then be, racing and competing, but it's not all about that, but just, doing a sport at the age that some of us are in the team is fantastic,
It's
really.
a new lease of life.
It totally is that. Yes, yeah, and something to aim for and be fit for, and when we have got an event coming up, train for. It's just a focus, really. So That's just brilliant.
Mm.
I think it's quite important that Amanda, making the point it's not about being sporty. I think maybe that does put off ladies, or they think they're too old, or all of those things that you can put yourself down for. It doesn't exist.
Mm.
Anybody and everybody is welcome, and it's not about being sporty. I mean, you're sporty, but you've never done water sport.
No.
Mm.
I
No.
hadn't done water sport,
you
but
were
I was
sporty.
sporty.
Yeah.
But I was involved in sport always. But it is definitely not about that. I mean, that's a good point, I think,
Mm.
for ladies that think
I can't do that.
I couldn't do that because I'm not this or that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Irene, do you want to add to any of that?
I think it does help if you do like sport.
Or
you don't-
water, or
Yes,
not in your
yes,
case.
and you don't mind getting
You
wet, and yes, but it's just amazing. I mean, just when you get in that boat, it's just so uplifting, and and the speed you can go when you're all together and you're
Mm.
flying down the rivers. It's just amazing. It's just a wonderful feeling, and you just feel, part of a team. And all these ladies have been through what I've been through, some worse than others, and and you're all there together, and it's just great. I just love it.
Mm. It is. I guess our dying on the hill is the importance of support and
Yes,
network based and
Yes.
being together.
Yes.
Is the important part, is that you don't need to do things on your own, and also how much else there is to do.
Absolutely.
And like this door that is opened, for all of you to then be able to go. I mean, I'm desperate to go to Venice, and my husband is, competing, so there's not a lot of time to go to Venice. So I'm very jealous that you've all been.
It's
Yeah,
amazing.
you need to do the Vogelonga
Yeah,
then.
Yeah.
absolutely amazing.
They're
Yes.
going this year, aren't
Yes,
they?
we are. We're
Girls are
going.
in
Yes,
May.
I'm so jealous.
we are 2 or 3 short in the boat.
Oh, are you?
Yes, might
Are you?
get you in.
Oh,
As a
I've
drummer.
got yeah, I can be good
because you
at
haven't had
that.
breast cancer.
No, that's true. I'm not part of the
It's not
club.
a club you want to be in.
No, not really. No, but that's why I didn't want to join it to start with, because I didn't want to be with people who'd been through this awful condition, and just I didn't want to sit and talk about it, and is yours worse than mine, how are you getting on? But you don't. It's absolutely nothing to do with your breast
No.
cancer treatment. You just get in the boat, and it's just wonderful. We go all over the world and training, and
But you can talk about it.
you can, yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Really.
I imagine it's more sort of like you're out of time, or like
yes,
you lift the boat a bit more.
yes.
And then if there is, the moment, where there's always different moments, there is a hug and a coffee and a bit of cake.
At the end, yes, yes,
That's a nice bit.
yes.
That is a nice
It is,
bit.
yes.
Who wants to put their hand up for a favourite moment so far with the Pink Champagne Dragon Boat team? There we go, got it all out.
I think my favourite moment was when we were actually going to start the Vongalonga, and I had no idea what was going to happen. But all the boats, I mean, hundreds, aren't
Like
there?
2000.
Yeah, thousands then. And they're all in the Grand Canal.
Not necessarily dragon boats or
Every sort of
human
boat.
powered boats.
People on a
Oh.
bicycle on stilts on the river.
Oh, wow.
Unbelievable.
With pianos and
Yes.
candelabras.
Yes.
And,
Yeah.
Rowing boats.
Yes.
and some people just on like a
Everything without an engine that day is all manpower. And it's silent to start with. And somebody blew a whistle or a gong, and it started, and I just burst into tears. I just thought, this is the most wonderful thing. I never thought I would be there with everybody, and it was just great. And then it took us about 7 hours, so it wasn't so great at the end.
We did stop for coffee though.
It's a long old rose. That is.
It was
That was right
emotional
to
to start with, but at the end I was suicidal.
Fed up by the end.
Yeah, and I had
It's
to
a
share a
long
room
day.
with her, and I think we just got back and lay on our beds for however long, didn't we?
It's a long race.
Yeah.
Magical mind.
Yeah.
It was.
Favourite moment for me, though, well, I think Barcelona last year, was
That
it?
was pretty special.
Yeah, with with Chris. You were there, weren't you?
Yes.
And we were competing on what was the Olympic Canal, and they had the Olympics of Barcelona, and they had a category there just for breast cancer paddlers, as well as other paddlers had their own categories. But I think there were about 25 teams from around the world in breast cancer teams, and we ended up getting a silver medal in the
fantastic.
200-meter sprint, wasn't it?
Yes.
And that was pretty
Very
hard.
special.
Hard going to get that, wasn't it? I think that was very special for me. And just one more personally for me. I mentioned that being totally unsporty, but last year, for the first time ever, there's a World Championships for dragon boating. It was outside of Berlin. In the summer last year, and about 5,000 competitors from all around the world, the Chinese, the Hong Kong, the really good teams. And for the first time ever, they included a breast cancer category, and I got selected for Team GB to go and be part of the UK team that were going there. So that from being, totally unsporty to being in my 60s,
a world
and
leader.
going to be in my kit, in my Union Jack kit,
Wow.
at a World Championships
Fantastic.
was
Amazing.
a huge thing for me.
Yes.
No.
Well, very
Yeah, well
proud
done.
to be.
Yes.
Nothing like representing your country.
No, well, yeah,
As you know.
yeah, no, it is special, and it's so interesting because I have so many ideas of where my life might go, and you just never know. You just never know what's around the corner and what sort of opportunities are going to arise. And I find it so exciting talking to like women from all stages of life, because it's so exciting and optimistic. There's so many different amazing things that we can all go and do now. It's really
I think so, and I
special.
think sort of going on from that, I think I found like in our team, because we have all been through like cancer, and we have we've maybe faced the worst, haven't we, of what might be. I think there's a general feeling of positivity and taking opportunities and saying yes to things, perhaps more readily than maybe other groups of friends that I know, that we're not complacent, are we? We think maybe perhaps time could be limited, and you never know what's going to happen. But just
I think it's easy you always talk about things. It's so easy to talk about things.
doing things.
And then you've got to get it done. So you've got to get the flight booked, get this done, get that done, and you're doing it. And I think we're very good at that. So the talk is done, and then you've got to get the doing
You just
done.
got to book it and get on.
And exactly like you say, you don't know. I think we get on with it because we've been faced with that the uncertainty.
Yeah.
So talking is no good.
You got to crack on.
Got to crack on.
You got to crack on.
That's
I feel
a good
like
one.
my generation could learn a bit more from that, because there's a lot of umming and ahhing, and we call it like being quite flaky when people book something in and then they don't actually rock up to do it, and they will cancel last minute, or what, which I do understand, and I have cancelled last minute to one or two things, but that's something that I definitely want to I was saying to somebody, I think Vare, who will be on episodes previous to this, but she said, what's your New Year's resolution? And I said, to use my free will more. And just because it's odd, it doesn't mean it's illegal and I shouldn't do it.
I think sort of picking up on that and cancelling things. I think I remember arranging a walk with some of the team down at the beach, and it was pouring with rain, lashing with rain, but there was no communication. Oh, is it on, or should we reschedule? It's just like, right, we're going, we're meeting at somebody's beach hut, and none of us said anything. We all turned up, and we sat there for a little bit, and then the rain went off, and we had a lovely walk. But I know that other groups of maybe friends would go, maybe, oh, it's a bit wet.
Not sure.
Oh, shall we? And I feel like, I think we just know maybe a sense of like, yeah, oh, come on, let's go and do it. We're doing it. So we're going to do it. And, I think there's a general feeling of that.
Sure.
People are always doing something
Sure.
in our team. They're always away or whatever it might be, aren't they?
And
Trying
it's
something new.
I think our oldest lady this year is
Janet's
85 this year.
It's 86. she'll be.
86.
Oh,
Oh, wow. Sorry, Janet, I'm doing you a year down there. 86, incredible. She
Amazing,
gets
yeah.
in the boat, she's
Yeah.
goes travelling. It's amazing
Bet she's got
lady.
the most to say as well.
Yes, quite a lot to say.
Yes.
Haven't we all?
Yeah, true.
And Annie is 80 this year, and both just had our 70s. So things to celebrate, lovely things to celebrate.
And so active as well.
And they are amazing. I mean, it is, and then we've got early 40s.
Early 40s.
Early
In fact,
40s.
Alice might not even be 40.
She is.
She's
Yes,
40. Really
Not
40, yeah.
very long. So that's
Yeah.
in a way that's too young, obviously, but it's just a diverse range, and it's fabulous. The ages are relevant.
Mm.
I think that's the
Yeah.
point, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
It's a get in, get on with it sort of attitude.
Absolutely, yes.
I've got our next one because we are allowed to swear because it's an explicit podcast. So does anyone want to put their hand up for best fuck up?
Oh, what was that?
Well, I'm sure we've done loads, but
Yes.
occasionally in a dragon boat we have a dragon's head that we put on the front and a dragon's tail that we put on the back. But occasionally we have been known to set off with the tail on the front and the head on the back, so it looks like we're going backwards. I suppose that's
Yes, that's
something we do, don't we?
It's a shame they both fit, really. Then
They both
then
fit,
we wouldn't,
each one,
get it
yeah.
wrong.
It should be labelled better, really. No, it doesn't sound
Yeah.
like your fault.
Other ones, I'm not sure. Really?
I've got one.
Have you?
When we went in Jill's minibus to Gatwick Airport when we were going to Barcelona or somewhere, and the airport parking forgot to state that it was of a certain height.
Oh,
So when we got there, we got stuck because we couldn't get in the car park. So we all had to get out and get our luggage and wait until somebody got us a taxi and had to shoot us round, else we would have missed the flight. I mean, that was quite ridiculous.
Didn't Patience get her friend?
Yes, she did. Yes, because the van couldn't get in the car park. So two of us had to drive it to somebody's cousin's house about 10 miles away from Gatwick and then get a taxi back. And we were taking all the luggage. But we did it. No flapping or anything. Whatever you call it. We did it. We got everybody's luggage, and the two of us who had to take the car came panting back, and we were there with about 3 minutes to spare. So that was a bit of a cock up.
We've never missed a flight, have we? I don't
No.
believe.
Oh, touch wood. Touch wood.
Our team might have missed a flight, though, mightn't they?
Who did?
No.
Yes, we've got one. Yes, please.
Bless her.
Oh, yeah.
I think possibly coming back from somewhere.
Yes.
But it wasn't going to an event.
Okay.
Finished.
So it was sort of finished. And then sometimes we have a
Brains
holiday.
are sort of switched off.
Yeah.
and then
Holiday
you switched off.
mode.
So if you want to miss your flight, then that's allowed.
Yeah.
So, but not going. We've never got on the wrong day or the wrong time.
Didn't Mary go to buy something?
I don't know. It was coming back
She
from
did. She
somewhere.
went to duty free.
Oh,
or
probably.
somewhere.
Yes. Yeah.
And then they closed the gate, so she didn't get on.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm sure there have been, but not me. I can't.
We are
think of major
we are
ones.
very well
We
organised,
can be
really. We normally,
organised.
our bus is arranged. We get to the airport. It's all very well done. And Daisy does that. She's very, very good at that.
Yeah.
Sorting us out, which isn't easy.
No, that we were sort of laughing earlier that you say a group of 50,
Yes.
and we were saying, there's many personalities
Nope.
within the group.
Yes. Yes. And there's always at least 30 travelling.
Yeah.
It's a
Which
big,
is a lot of
it's a big
ladies.
group to.
But we
to
are all
manage.
colour coded. We are all in our black and pink, so we can see each other.
Yeah, no, that does really help in an airport.
Yeah, we're a nice kit, don't we? We look
Yeah,
we look good when we travel. We all
Look
travel in the
smart.
same
Yeah.
stuff, and it's
And
nice.
yeah, and people always
And they
ask
comment when you're
us.
chatting, and
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah,
It's a
we're promoting
conversation
ourselves
we
start.
up.
try and
Yes,
promote
yeah,
ourselves.
yeah.
People are really genuinely interested. I
Yeah.
mean, going to one place, this chap sponsored us, so,
Yes.
didn't he? Yeah, he gave
Because of our
Fantastic.
shirt.
because
And
you
the
know, so
design.
impressed with what we were about.
Mm.
I mean, sometimes I get a bit cross about that, but sometimes people think we're a hen party because
Yes.
the pink champagne bit. That has happened, hasn't it?
It
Yes.
has happened. Yes.
But anyway, we sort that
You
out.
should start making up stories and be like, oh, yes, it's so-and-so's 10th wedding. And
Yes. What we could do with that old.
and we were off to Ibiza for...
When your fourth husband.
Well, we got our logo and everything, and we have to.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you, either of you or all three of you, have a piece of advice or a mantra or words to live by that you would be happy to share with the podcast? They can be silly or rude or sensible.
About the team or cancer or.
Anything, just something you resonate with.
Can't really think of anything particularly.
Get on with life.
Get
going.
on with it.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
short.
Mm.
And what's
And
happened.
you only have one.
Mm.
Yeah. And what's happened has happened.
Mhm.
Don't live in the past. Just, look for the good and just do your best and enjoy.
Yeah.
I think one thing for me, I think it's not really words to live by, but like when we are like competing, when we're racing, maybe I don't know, something, and I'm finding it maybe really, really hard. Or not necessarily just competing, but we're maybe paddling back and it's like awful weather and it's blowing and it's like, oh, no, I don't want to be doing this, and we're against the wind. But I do repeat in my head,
You're alive.
well, actually, I say the names of the girls that haven't been as lucky as us,
Oh, it's a lot. It's quite a lot.
who have unfortunately lost their lives to breast cancer, who've been in our team, and that's not that many compared to how many are in our team.
Yes.
But over the years, and we've all been there for quite a number of years,
It wobbles everybody.
we have been, there have been probably 5 or 6 of our teammates.
Mm.
And so I say their names in my head and I think like, come on, I'm here.
Yes.
They're not.
How lucky am I?
I'm lucky to be here,
Yes.
even if I'm wet, cold, freezing, and I just want that coffee and cake. Yeah.
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 And we don't forget them, though. I mean, I still.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we think about. Yes,
Yes.
we think about
certain
them. Yeah.
people that were very close to you. You don't ever forget.
No.
And we do a flower ceremony, and they're tricky. I find them really tricky.
I do. I don't like.
I'm not very good at them, but they're amazing.
When we lose somebody.
And it is sort of a magic to it, if you can call it that. But it's a tough gig, that.
I think when things like that are personal and they're done by people really well and it's made more personable, they're so much more magical because it's got such a special weight on it. And when the person is so beautifully like shown off and it's not so clinical, it is special. So a flower ceremony, with a club that was really important to them does sound like the most magical thing to be a part of, but also very difficult.
And that's part of the breast cancer journey, and that's a very sad side. So more reason to get out there and get on
and
get
enjoy.
on and enjoy.
Yeah. With our flower ceremonies, we paddle out to sea we hold flowers, don't we?
Yes.
And somebody will speak about the person, and
Yes.
we sometimes have some music as well, just to reflect, and then we all toss our flowers, which tend to be pink.
Roses.
into the water,
Mhm.
or flower petals, and they just float away. But it is a very emotional
sad,
thing.
yes.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Mm.
It's making me.
Yes.
I'm I'm on the edge.
Mm.
I'm gonna keep going, but it is beautiful. And the next question I have is one key takeaway about the pink champagne dragon boat team. I don't know how you would sort of top what you've already discussed, but has anyone got anything? Anyone want to push me over the edge and I'll start crying?
I think that was a rather poignant
Yeah.
moment to,
Mm.
Yeah. I can't think
because
of
that,
particularly.
that's the journey,
Mm.
and we hope we do them proud.
Oh yes, but we don't want to finish on a sad note, do we?
No.
No,
To
of course
be
not. But I'm just saying,
uplifting.
like to get on and love with life and
Yes,
see it
absolutely.
and do and
I think it's just
enjoy.
I think it's the laughs and the
Yes,
camaraderie
yeah.
that we've had, haven't we? The
Yes.
places we've been and
And the
things we've done.
stupidity of people.
All of these
Oh,
things.
exactly.
Yes,
And the joy.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
the joy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some such fun times, haven't
Oh,
we?
amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Amazing times.
Mm.
All different,
All different people, different places.
I
different
mean, what an
personalities.
eclectic group of ladies, but hang on, we have.
Well, I walked in earlier and Irene was eyeing up my husband.
Oh yes, I'm known for that. He's nice. When's he coming back?
He'll come pick me up in a bit.
He can come again.
Oh, that's a good note to finish up.
Yes.
To bring you back up. My final question, which we have had some debate over, but do we have a soundtrack for the week or any favourite songs? I'll let you.
Well, we did think about Sweet Caroline.
We're not really
We
a
don't- yeah,
singing team,
no.
are we?
We don't really have a song that we sort of like for our team. I mean, we have been at events when you're waiting in the cages to sort of like go to the start line with other teams, other nationalities, the Italians, the Spanish, and they are singing very rousing songs to sort of get them in the spirit of something. And I think perhaps it's something that we need to
work on.
we need
yes.
to work on and have
I mean,
a
I
song.
think the
have a
most. I
song.
think the most we've had is like Raw Britannia. We kind of like. I've done that in the boat, I'm sure.
And the Grand Canal, we sang "God Save the Queen."
And
She was
yes,
still alive then.
I was going to say that
Yes.
the national anthem has always been one we've always.
And we did get standing
resonated
ovations
with.
all the way down the Grand Canal.
Yeah.
And said again. So we did it.
Yes,
eight times.
done, certainly done that on the Voga Longa.
But
Yes.
but I've also been on a boat. Wasn't dragon boated, but was with a group of breast cancer women on the Loire. Found
yes.
through dragon boating, and I think 10 green bottles was quite a favourite. But we started at 100 because we had 50 kilometres to go.
That's a lot of green bottles.
That's a lot of green bottles. Yeah.
Well, Tina Turner, "Simply the Best." That was a good one. Oh,
that
is good.
Well, and we are the champions. We
Yes.
sang
Yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But I think we do need to work on a song, don't
But
we?
we're being a bit
perhaps?
cliched
Yeah,
here, aren't
Yes.
we?
we are. Yes.
Well, you've given me food for thought there, and definitely bits to add to the playlist, the podcast playlist. That is all of the questions really that I have written down here. The only things that I've sort of got left to say is Matt apologises on behalf of Christchurch Rowing Club for ever getting in the way as a junior, because got to give them a shout out, and also a shout out to obviously Hengersbury Head the Outdoors, which I know sort of hosts many different community groups, and
Yeah,
think looking forward to that being open again.
They currently are closed and doing a lot of building work there. And I think there's some open days coming up there in March, aren't there, that are on their website. And they're certainly looking to make it a very community-focused place with lots of different groups using it. And it's been our base for a number of years, and we're really looking forward to being.
And also, we
back
hope
there.
we'll be able to do our festival again this year.
We have a fundraising festival, which we haven't been able to hold for a number of years now. COVID years, and also the buildings there were quite dilapidated. But yeah, it'd be great if we could actually have a fundraising festival there.
Yes, and that's where other people can come and hire the dragon boat and compete all day.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes.
They have to pay.
Yes.
They must pay.
But
Yeah.
we probably just need, if someone was interested, I wouldn't like to give them too much of a shock.
Yeah, maybe some Olympic rowers might like.
Yes.
To
Yes, maybe they'd like to get together with a boat.
I'm sure I could. I will liaise off the podcast, but I'm sure I could organise something.
I mean,
and,
divided by 21
Yes.
people,
Mhm.
it equates to a fabulous day for not a lot.
Yes.
Fantastic. I will definitely, we will stay in touch.
We
We'll stay in
will.
touch anyway, but
Yeah.
we will stay in touch, and I will definitely organise that. We could get the men's team down, maybe.
Oh, right.
Oh.
Or the women's team.
Keep them away from Irene.
But yeah, so that is everything. I think all that is left to say is thank you so much for your time, and thank
very
you for
welcome.
having me.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You are very welcome. Oh, actually, that's one thing I haven't said. If people want to find you or reach out, where can they find you?
Well, we do have a website with contact details on there. Somebody can email us through, but we're also on our Facebook pages or Instagram. Just put in our name, Pink Champagne Dragon Boat Team, and it would come up, and just send a message and we'll pick it up and redirect where it needs to go to.
Amazing.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ta-da!
Done.
Thank you for listening, and please, if you're a sports team wanting a meaningful day out, keep an eye out for the Pink Champagne Dragon Boat Festival fundraiser, and maybe we will see you there. As usual, you can find us on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, and YouTube. Chat next week. Bye-bye.